And like I said, we were coming back with part 1 and part 2, and yeah, part 1 break. Now here's part 2. Unless somebody needs a pee break.
No, I'm good.
Okay. Run, Sam, run. Run while you can. Anyway, so that covers.
I feel like making a thought about making a football joke there, but I don't know enough about football.
See, I can just reach over and grab like an empty bottle off my floor, fill up, and then just be on my merry way.
What was it? It was. It's All About Me when they did their mayoral thing that TJ ended up winning, their mayoral debate. They had that, and then they had a part 2 where it was just kind of the afterthoughts. And one of the people who was running for mayor had a wireless mic headset, didn't realize he hadn't taken it off, and went to the bathroom. I think he did it twice, actually.
Okay.
He didn't have a headset, but he had a mic because he couldn't hear us trying to tell them that they were live on stream.
Jarate is not a allowed form of combat.
What the hell is Jarate?
Jar-ate.
Oh, okay. I'm like, is that some weird anime thing I don't know about and probably don't want to know about?
Anyway, so we've covered Thursday and Friday.
Yes, we're going to start off with Charity D&D.
Charity D&D.
And I'm going to try and remember.
Oh, dear God.
It says Alkali, Dragorn, Phelan. Torben was there, I believe.
Burning out.
John was there. I want to say Boozy was there too. I can't. But they had.
It was just the other day. How can you not remember?
You are talking.
Ignore me. What?
Didn't you answer your own question when you said that? This is my memory we're talking about.
Yeah. How old are you again? Sorry.
Almost 44, and believe me, my mind is deteriorating rapidly every year. But they had a really neat thing. He was going around doing a, oh, I remember what he did. He sent them into a room that had an altar with 2 pillars on it. And they needed to, and the pillars had key slots that you could put a key in and turn it to unlock things. And then they had 2 doors they had to go into. One door was a kobold kitchen, who, when they saw the, I just remember who Alkali's character was. Have you ever heard of the History Channel man?
On that note, I'm going to walk away for a minute. No.
You've heard Alkali's History Channel man.
I got to put my earpiece back in. History Channel.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, you saw MFF 2017.
Yes, I think.
Now, keep in mind, this is Alkali. That overly flamboyantly gay peacock-like voice that he did.
Fabulous! Oh my God! Yeah.
That's the History Channel man. That was the character he was given to play through this whole campaign.
History Channel man.
Yes, History Channel man. It was HC something. Like HC Mansfield or something like that.
Like W.R. Monger.
One of the I will say this, 2 things. Now, the way that they did the charity was they had a huge whiteboard, up to $1,000, and every couple of $100, something would appear, like random monsters. Tina's Tiny Tent. Yes, they used it. It appeared in the Cobalt kitchen just as they were finished killing everybody. Tina's tiny tent and 4 more kobolds come out. They were just like screaming meanies, though. They'd come out. Apparently they have like what, 1 hit point? You just stare at them wrong and they fall over.
That's bad. That's pretty bad. That's funny but bad.
What is it? Zednap was the name of the sorcerer that they were hunting.
Zednap.
I just saw you thought Tina's tiny tent was wrong, and then you heard who the boss was. But that was really good. I think we raised like we raised over $800 in that panel.
That's pretty good, actually.
So that was, yeah, and I think that was only a 1-hour panel. I don't think it ran very long. Yeah, or no, it was a 2-hour panel, 11 to 1.
So basically,
God, I was
$400 an hour. That's not bad.
No, and the goal was 800. We were coming close to it. I will say this: for this panel, the joke to watch for this panel. What am I? What are you, a Fed? I'm not sure who she's talking to.
Pulling my earpiece out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Samantha, yes. Well, off topic. One of the things we found out before I left for Fursquared is that I'm 4 years older than Samantha, which means I am the grandma of the Ravens. I am the oldest person in the Ravens.
Caca, bitches,
I'm
caca.
playing with a bunch of kids. What the hell's wrong with me?
Caca, bitches, caca. Anyway.
But the thing to watch for on this one, instead of going over things too much because I can't remember them as well as I would like to, I'm going to give you things to watch for.
Uh-oh.
I have never known somebody could be so bad of a translator than Alkali's History Channel man. I think he must have rolled like a dozen or so translation checks, and I think he only got 1 right. It was, considering you can already tell in a kitchen what some of the translations might have been.
Yeah.
Now keep in mind that the second door they opened was
bad lip reading. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
What was it? It was a tentacle monster, basically.
Ooh, tell me more.
All I will say is that a marriage may or may not have happened due to that encounter. We're iffy on this because technically the tentacle monster was killed when the ceremony took place. So it could have been a marriage and widowing all in one shot. We're not sure.
Tell me more.
You'll have to. I'm really hoping that's one of the first ones that gets posted because, dear God, that was funny.
Oh.
Now we have a photo bomb we need to talk about.
Uh-oh.
The fursuit photo and Ferrade. For some reason, it's PH. I think it's supposed to be Furrade, but it's Ferrade. Okay. Yeah, because it's fursuit PHUR. Why didn't they just put PHURAD?
Don't think about it too hard. Don't think about it too hard.
Anyway, I am going to open up a link in chat because I'm a dumbass and I forgot to do it.
And I can't open up that link in chat.
Why are you saying hush you to me? I'm the one who's the old fart in the group. I'm not knocking you. I'm knocking me. YouTube.
Oh, duh. Oh God.
No, I'm looking up the Fursquared 2018 video.
Oh God.
Fursquared. It would help if I could type squared.
S.
I'm trying to type without looking at the keys.
R E.
It's hard.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's hard to type without looking at the keys when you're at the angle I am. So I will post a link to the Fursquared Fursuit Parade, which is already up, obviously.
Yeah, don't just
And
don't
in
go
this
there, Sam.
video,
Just don't go there.
because of the angle, you get to see my mom watch the Fursuit Parade. My mom photobombs the Fursuit Parade. So I thought that, because this is my mom, all joking aside, bless her heart, my mom is the photographer. She always has been.
Yeah.
She's the person who, when they bring out the family photos and the vacation photos, the question is, where are you? She's the photographer. She's the one who's taking the pictures.
Yeah.
So I found it really funny that the first Fursquared video, or the technical one, because there is another one, but it's a bad angle. The best angle fursuit parade video, my mom is a central part of, because just at she's talking to me the whole time, but I'm behind something. So you get to see my mom enjoy the parade, which I think is wonderful. Because again, she's not the person that you ever really, it isn't until I start going on vacation with them that now you start seeing pictures of my mom and dad together. In fact, I've got one from this trip.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cute. The Fursuit Parade ran very good. You saw the parade last year, because they had, think about 2 or 3 times where they kind of backed up.
Yeah.
It was a 10-minute parade this year. It ran, I only saw one break. And that wasn't even probably 5 or 10 seconds long. So it ran very well this year. And I think the number was 245.
Good gravy.
Yeah. Spoiler, we had 1,101 people. So almost just
over 10%. That's about 20%.
Yeah, probably. Well, a little closer than 20%, because 25%. It's 25% of 1,000. So it's probably about, it's a little over 20% of the people were in this parade. So it's only like about a dozen or so more than last year.
Yeah.
But for the numbers, that's a good sized parade for a con that size.
Oh yeah, very much so.
I did not see Wow Pup, although I did see them walking around on Friday, so I know they were there. They just didn't make it to the parade this year. So, but Wow Fox was there. I think they're the only ones I saw that I didn't see in the parade, though. So that was cool. That, if nothing else, the Fursuit Parade, especially because it's short, it's only a half hour. Go to the Fursuit Parade. I have heard a lot of people from staff say that that is the most requested time off this whole weekend is the Fursuit Parade. Yeah. So okay, now I have to go back to the original schedule, because here the thing gets a little fucked up.
Uh-oh.
Because I was supposed to go. What is that quote from? You fucker. Now my mind is going. That's from our opening.
It's from Jurassic Park.
Oh, that's right. Samuel Jackson was in that, wasn't he? You know how long it's been since I saw that thing? There's this clawed, for those of you not watching it, clawed hand that kind of reaches up and covers the head. It's almost like he's dying and grasping out for one more cigarette. And now he's covered up his camera completely. So he can't bitch at me for a fucked up show. Way to go.
You didn't say the magic word.
Well, I'm not going to scream please out here. Yeah, oh, that was Sam.
All right, anyways.
Oh, yeah, it's a furcon. I was expecting some form of tentacle monster. You will not be disappointed with Charity D&D. That's all I have to say. And she says I'm not going to say anything. I don't know what that was in reference to, but that's always the safest thing.
Generally.
Okay,
yeah.
we are doing Saturday afternoon, correct? Okay,
Yeah.
first, what did I go to at that point? I think I just kind of wandered around at this point. I peeked into Charity Who's Lying. Yeah, at that point I just kind of wandered around. Because my show was at 4. And as I thought, it was me and my folks. That's all that was there. But for me, that's fine. It gave me a chance to sit down. Here's why you will probably not hear that podcast. For the first 10 minutes, I didn't realize that my headset was backwards. So not only was this up, the microphone was technically facing right because it was over, but it was up. Then I found out that even though my parents were sitting not even 6 feet away from me, I'm coming in like this on Sam.
Uh-huh.
They're coming in like this.
Oh, God.
So it's a whisper over, probably a whisper over the background music, because I did have background music.
So technical failures we can firmly blame on you from now on. Right.
Oh, for this one, totally. I really should have. And we were even talking about this. Even if I just get that little globe,
Yeah.
the snow globe Yeti, which probably, considering how much walking around, and I don't really have the equipment that like the Huskoon or those guys have.
Yeah.
It's good enough for me. Just for the distance we're talking about, or the room we're talking about.
I mean, come on.
I really need to get. I need to get
My
an
giant
official.
dildo mic does wonders all the time.
And that's what. For people watching the video, they have the white one on a pedestal. That's what they were using.
Yeah.
I could use that, but all I've got is a normal laptop canvas bag.
Yeah.
I don't know how well that would travel in that. Whether I get a dildo mic or the snowball mic, I'll probably need a box strictly for that to travel with anyway. So I don't think that, how much more is the dildo mic over the snowball? It's not all that much, actually. It's only like $20.
Something like that.
Yeah, so might as well get that one then.
As it keeps slinking further and further down.
You're the one who called it a dildo, Mike. Don't get mad that I keep eating it. That's all on you, buddy. Oh, great. Now he's got a sensor bar over himself.
I've got a sensor bar. I've got a sensor bar that I can't keep. I can't keep up. So hey, whatever.
Okay, now, here, yes, I am going to admit to, and I honestly was not on Discord, so I forgot to. Turns off the light in the producer booth. Don't do that, honey. Come on now. I was not able to get on Discord very much, and I never even thought, because the last time I think Samantha and I talked about this was about a week or so before the con. I forgot to message her about whether or not she'd be there. The whole reason I wanted her, or even you, if I could have gotten you, my intentions for this weekend, for this last weekend, was to get a hotspot.
Yeah.
So I could plug it into my monitor or plug it into my laptop and whatnot. On that, unless I get put into a Wisconsin room, which for people in the who went to Fursquared, unless I get one of the smaller rooms up by registration, I don't think a hotspot will help, because the Moorland rooms, the ones I was in, were in the basement, which kind of messed with signal.
Yeah.
So I don't know that even if I had a hotspot, if I would have been able to get in touch with you guys.
Yeah.
So, and me being me, Samantha, even if I would have gotten it working, I completely brain farted and didn't put Discord on there. So we're going to have to work on that, because that's the problem with doing it on the laptop, is I only have one screen now.
Now, as
I need to keep it up to at least check periodically. on the levels and whatnot, and then I'd have to switch over to Discord to see Samantha and or you. And next year, because I fully intend to do this again next year, look up and keep an eye on the people. Yeah. So I think what we may do is over time, one of the things I want to do this year is get a Yeti mic. I'll do the work ahead of time. I literally didn't do anything with this until I got there. I'm going to take some time and get the levels right. And again, with a Yeti mic, this stuff won't happen. That is actually, I think, only the second time. We've been using this for almost a year. I think that's only the second time I've done that. So I've got a pretty good track record for that.
Yeah. But yeah. But as a quick and aside, real quick, just like I'm literally stepping over here for a moment.
Sure.
Are your plans still a go for you to come over here during April?
As far as I know, I don't know if it'll be April, but as far as I know, my dad still does want to go out. The way I'm kind of pitching it to him is instead of taking the Amtrak out and back, taking the plane to Seattle, getting a car, driving to Wenatchee, and then taking the Amtrak home from here.
Okay. Just as a note,
because there's no point in taking, a 36-hour train and then a 4-hour train ride back to sit here and then take another train ride over.
Yeah.
We might as well, if we're going to split it up that much, we might as well split the means of travel.
Yeah.
It'll just be easier that way.
I would just say, if you do end up somehow, magically, mystically, in making it this way, say during the weekend, say you get into town Friday night of April 20th, and you are here Saturday of the 21st. WenCon.
That's actually what I was going to try and talk to him about doing, because then I would have something I could do.
Yeah, but that's an aside. And
the good thing about leaving Wenatchee is we could leave right after WenCon, because the Amtrak gets in Wenatchee for the Empire Builder going east at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
anyways. Back to Fursquared, because
Samantha did say split screen.
Get there.
I haven't used a laptop in probably because even when you knew me in 2010, I didn't have one. So I think I did actually have a laptop at some point when I first moved in with her. Yeah. I haven't had a laptop in well over 10 or 12 years. I will look at split screen. I will see how that works. This is a 13-inch monitor, so might be a little tough I don't know if I can do split screen. I'd probably rather tab for that.
Yeah.
If I get another monitor, whole nother thing. Or maybe I'll just set it up to the projector. I don't know.
Well, and anyways, moving on.
So
back to you're basically your happy little show was not the greatest, was not the best thing in the world.
It was fun, but it was a typical. It started out as a typical chaotic thoughts where I'm going on and I'm rambling because that's what I do with this show. And then my mom and dad kind of prompted me, how did you get into it? Because the whole reason I wanted to do chaotic thoughts was furry fandom is what got me into podcasting to begin with.
Yeah.
So I felt like, hey, I'm going to a FurCon now. It's this
time to
family
close the
that
loop.
Got me into it. Yeah. Or at least put another
note
chain onto it.
Yeah.
So put another link into the chain because of it. So, and it makes sense to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may try to do something with it. You can normalize it. If I can find a way to normalize it so the video or the audio's equal so that I can bring my parents up and bring me down enough so it's a straight. So I know there's a way to do it. I just can't remember how.
Yeah.
I'll try it, listen to it, and if I can, it's going to suck. I'm just going to warn you because of the equipment I had at the time. But I'll release it as good as I can get it.
Yeah.
It'll be something.
Fully understandable too.
Yeah, full disclosure, just next year will be better because I am going to get a 360 directional.
Yeah.
And that will solve a lot of problems.
Oh, yeah. And this does wonders sometimes.
I don't remember what I did in between 5 and 6. I think a lot of that was just going upstairs, getting my stuff put away, grabbing a bite to eat or whatnot. Because I will say this. One of the things I really, really wanted to see, but because of my show I couldn't, was lawyer horror stories.
Oh, God.
They brought in and I have to say this now because he's a big part of the next one. They brought in an intellectual property attorney.
Ooh.
For that show. Because if you remember Boozy on Lawyers and Liquor, they got into a topic, about 2 or 3 weeks ago, about if you do a commission for a fursuit, who owns what?
Yeah.
It was an intellectual property debate. So they brought this gentleman in who appeared at Monkey Knife Fights. Are you aware of hypnotherapy? Oh, he's getting up again. He doesn't want to hear this. Ruh-roh, Shaggy, yes. Oh my God, he actually walked off. I'm not exactly sure what we're going to do right now because he literally got up and walked away. Apparently, not Monkey Knife Fight scares him quite badly. And he's not coming back. So, Sam, how's the weather down there? We got 5 inches of snow in between when we left and came back. This is called stalling because I really want him to... Did he get, hypnotized by somebody and run around naked in his underwear? Or run around naked or something? Is there some reason he was that badly triggered by the word hypnotherapy? 73 degrees and high humidity. Fuck off. We're actually getting more snow. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week is snow. I think Thursday is snow and Saturday is wind. That's the one I'm afraid of. Well, it's about time you got back here. I was running out of weather to talk about. Literally, that's what we talked about, is the weather. I was waiting on... So did somebody hypnotize you and make you swing naked from a tree, making monkey sounds or something? Why did you just get up?
Just continue on.
That's a whole nother show.
There is a whole conversation piece I don't even want to get into involving hypnosis and hypnotherapy and whatnot.
And yet you have no problem talking about electric lemonade.
That's because that's a funny joke.
Especially with how much of it you drank, yeah.
Ooh. Anyways, yeah, if I pop my back...
So...
right.
Monkey Knife Fights was Alkali and Boozy. They really, as much as, Tu and Kage, who started this with I Comedy Better When I'm Drunk, which then went to Kage and Alkali, now Alkali and Boozy. And in fact, the, not penultimate. What's that fancy, the $10 word that says first? Not ultimate or penultimate. Was the word for first in a line of? I know I can see it and I can't think. Anyway, when they first did it, they had Boozy and they had Alkali and they had Renegade for the first one of these. Or no,
Premiere.
Who was it?
Sorry, my brain is functioning slightly now.
No. Boozy, Alkali, Pandez, because Huskoon did it. That's right. It was the second one that they had Renegade on. But Monkey Knife Fights, I still don't know where the hell the title came from. It's actually quite a neat panel. They have some real fun on that panel. And this is where, if I remember correctly, because they did talk about it on the Draggett show too.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of the game Leisure Suit Larry? And drink, so that answers that question. Were you aware that not this past, but 2 weeks from this Friday, Boozy Barrister / Badger played Leisure Suit Larry 1?
Now, hang on. I have to ask, was it the original 8-bit one?
Yes. This is the original Sierra Leisure Suit Larry 1.
And I have to fucking work tonight. I have to be working.
Hey, blame Huskoon. Actually, no,
in
don't,
8 hours.
Because we have a story about.
I'm gonna have to take a nap. Huh? I'm gonna have to take a nap to burn this off.
I think they talked about it here. I know they talked about it in the Draggett show. You know what? We'll save that for the show because I know it shows up there.
6.7% alcohol by volume, 1 pint, 6 fluid ounce, IPA.
How many servings? Are you supposed to have on that bottle?
Well, let's check. I'm trying not to reveal the label. It's looking like 1 bottle.
Okay. I was going to say, it's not my fault if you drink a 20-ouncer of that shit and get more than 1 serving of. But Monkey Knife Fights, again, it's stand-up comedy. It's a routine, so I won't go into too much on what they talked about because I can't remember it anyway. The ending, and this wasn't a charity thing, so I'm really assuming they're going to have this on. If not, we all need to go to their house, beat them bloody, and then release it ourselves because this has to be seen. The intellectual property lawyer who said when he saw the figures, I said it was 1,001. He said, no, it's 1,000 because I am not a furry. And I just told him, sir, furry or not, you're always welcome to come. And he was a very nice gentleman. He hypnotized Alkali. Did a very good job of it. One of the stories that Alkali uses in this, which is why I can't talk about it. One of the story Alkali uses, he brings up as a, shall we say, an effect of the hypnosis. Because he's going to set up that something happens when he wakes up.
Yeah. Because that's what happens with
I have never seen somebody so generally go from peaceful to almost drop down rolling hysterics. He did. He got him in a nice peaceful thing. He, set up the joke.
Yeah.
And when Alkali encountered it, instant reaction. It was so... But he did say he felt the best he has ever felt in his life. So it felt like, and this was at 6 o'clock at night. Actually, this was, how long was the super sponsor dinner was until 8, I think. Until 8:30. Right. Super sponsor dinner, then straight into the Draggett show. Monkey Knife Fight started at 6, was supposed to be done at 7. Because of this, it went over. It really, so we're talking 7 o'clock. This is Alkali. Second full day of the con. You can imagine how
stressed, just completely just stress. He's the living embodiment of stress.
From that to 8-hour long nap energy. According to him, anyway. So, But yes, it is. I will say this: it is what they use is story that we both know that he's told a few times recently. The only hint I will give for this before it comes out is Trashy McNomnoms.
Oh God. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. All right.
So you have an idea of what kind of story may have led up to that. I'm not going to say whether it's right or wrong, but Trashy McNomnoms is the safest hint
Route.
I can. And in fact, that's why, because they tell that story. That's how he uses that story. That's what he goes on to make it from. It was
Sorry, my
quite honestly, that's something. If I could do that here, I would not mind trying after seeing that reaction from him. If anyone's
comedy, wondering what I'm doing
but
right now, I'm not playing with myself. My dog is actually being an attention whore right now. You can almost see him because, like, here's the top of my hand, and my dog is right down here. But I'm not going to lower you to my crotch because that's not happening today. Thank you. Moving on.
One of Sam's thing is my brain is in blue screen of death mode.
Anyways.
And then, oh God, drink. Oh, I think because she knows Trashy McNomnoms too.
No,
okay,
she said that during Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh. Well, okay, we'll get to that in a second. Super sponsor dinner. That was actually really fun. I want to say I wish I could. This is one of the times I wish I could have been one of the Instagram assholes and taken a picture of my supper. Because I'm not sure what meat this was. If it was pulled pork or something, it was shaped like this. You know, kind of like a loaf.
Yeah.
But it was harder gray on the almost like black, and then it had gray meat.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of meat that is. So I'm assuming it was like a pork or something.
Ooh, hello. Oh my.
That's it. Deep throat the dildo, Mike. Go ahead. We're all waiting for you to do it anyway. So
no.
That's what the spit guard is there for, so you'll be good.
This is not a spit guard, god damn it.
I thought that's what they were called. Or
no,
isn't it like a pop filter?
No, this is a wind guard. This is to minimize noise from wind and shit like that. Pop filter's a whole nother thing that I haven't bought.
No, that's the big thing
in
front of it. Okay.
And my dog is leaning his big old fat head on me. So we need to press on so we can finish this up.
I'm trying to. You're the one who derailed me this time. I was talking about the panel. I was talking about the dinner, which is considered a panel. I did meet Lord Griffin, I think is his name. He's a military gentleman. In fact, he's been in the military so long he has guys.
What did you do?
She called it a Mike Afro. I like that, Mike. It's officially called a Mike Afro now. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I need 3 monitors at this point to be able to keep track of everybody. But I met a couple at there that was WoW players. So I made some Blizzard friends.
Oh, hey, that's always nice.
And thanks to, I do believe it's Lord Griffin. His family is Clan MacLeod. He brought scotch from his family distillery. I was dumb enough to take a drink. Never having scotch before, I could have melted the ice in a deep freeze. That was strong.
You were not prepared.
Damn you.
You were not prepared.
No, I wasn't. And just to continue the joke, when I was sitting there, he came by when me and my parents were eating. And I said, I wanted to get my dad to try it. That was wasted. Yes, it was very much wasted on the week. They actually had a honey mead that was actually what I should have tried because I've had honey wine.
We know why his memory for the weekend is actually garbage now because he was not prepared.
But the thing is, what I was just saying, I didn't learn from my mistakes. Sunday morning, I saw him and he had a flask, but he had a different thing in there. So I tried it again. And that shit was even stronger. So yeah, I was very all right with the world Sunday because wow, Scotch really does a number on you. I was not aware of
it does a number on you.
Like if I poured a shot glass, it was literally only this much.
You are the cheapest date known to man. I could give you a Smirnoff and you would be done. Loser.
What kind of alcohol is that? Vodka?
I'm talking like bitch beer Smirnoff.
What kind of alcohol is Smirnoff?
It is a derivative of vodka. Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, then probably even if it's cheap as vodka, I probably back to cheerleader beer.
That's what Smirnoff is. Cheerleader beer. It's like 4.5% by volume. Like this right here is stronger than the average Smirnoff, but this is also so bitter and horrible.
So, Not Your Dad's root beer is strong because I think Not Your Dad's root beer is 5% as well.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
5% or low, like light beer, I'm okay with. It's when you're getting this stuff was
that was in the double digits, pushing triple.
Yeah, that was a lot higher than I ever should have drank. Actually, I'm rather glad that I didn't drink the honey mead or whatever it was. That was 50%.
You would have been white girl wasted.
Oh, I would have drunk. I know what happens when I drink that because I've told a pain story. Quick rundown, if nobody's heard it, I worked at a Pizza Hut. My friend's birthday party was going on across the street at the newly opened hotel. They asked me, they made an order so that when I got out of work, I would drive the pizza over to there.
Yeah.
And then since he was my friend, I was invited. They gave me a champagne flute and I think about that much champagne. Now, at this point, I've had those sips of...
wasted. Anyways.
Oh, yeah. I got through the flute and I woke up an hour and a half later. Greatest nap I ever had because it literally... Well, where'd that 90 minutes go? So... Yeah,
oh, God.
Anything...
He wouldn't survive pie.
I wouldn't survive what?
Pie. P-I-E.
What is that?
Well, hell, he wouldn't survive IPA either.
Okay, IPA, I know what that is. You're not helping, Samantha. What is a cordial?
He's not a drinker, Sam.
I am alcohol... Let's try that again. Alcoholically inept. Boy, that is a tongue twister. Okay, I'm proud of myself for getting that out.
Alcoholically inept.
Alcoholically inept, yes. Cordial is made with Everclear, cinnamon, cider, and spice booze. Fuck you. The
Everclear alone would just we would have to have a coffin on standby.
Yes, because it was mentioned. My dad is 6'4", and at the time was built like me, so he was a very tall man, but a very slender man, and had a really good alcohol tolerance until a friend of his started mixing Everclear in with his shots, and within 3 shots was almost out of it. I know what Everclear can do. That's why I don't touch Everclear.
Anywho.
Now, we probably should get back to the con that we were trying to talk about.
Because we're 44 minutes in on hour 2.
This is why it's called chaotic. Even with him, we can't stay on topic. And you've derailed us as much as I have this time. So,
anyways,
the super sponsor dinner is honestly, if you're looking at sponsor or super sponsor, they're only about $40 difference. Super sponsor, yeah, you do get some perks, one of which didn't even live long enough to get in my door. Or actually, it lived until it got in my door. But you get a shirt, you usually get some things, but then you get the meal, and this is a high-class meal. They do a really good job of this. And it's all you can eat. From 7 to 8:30, you can eat as much food as you want in this. So and it's the Sheraton. One reason I will always recommend Fursquared is if you get in this has to do with the con. If you get in and you get on the con block, for every day of the con that the con block runs, you get a free buffet. Their buffet is nothing to sneeze at. Is very well done, very well restocked. It's definitely worth it. So you get a free meal on Saturday. If you're super sponsor, you get a free, very good supper. And even if at least you're a sponsor, they have the sponsor suite, which has lunch and dinner, free meals. So when you're registering, make sure you keep an eye on that. At least go sponsor. And I'm not saying that to, say, oh, yeah, you need to be a sponsor to get in on everything. No, if you get caught up in the con, if you're a sponsor, you have an out if you forgot to eat. Mm-hmm. Because you can go, granted, if you don't go at lunch or supper, it might not be the best, but you can have soda, you can have chips, you can have animal crackers, you can have things that you can at least put something in your stomach.
Yeah.
That saved my ass last year because I did that a few times. Now, what are we up to? We are up to, why did I open this thing twice?
Why did you open that thing twice?
Because apparently I wasn't reading it and I didn't notice why I opened before.
Yes, Sam, we know.
The Draggets show. So now we get to talk about Leisure Suit Larry. Because this was a story on... I actually, and when he does his stream, I'm going to have to donate $10 to him because I will link to his recent VOD because it's 2.5 hour playthrough. It's not that long of a game. But I said on there, look for Alphanon. I said during the course of the story he tells, and I actually linked this. This is why I linked to you last night in Discord chat. In Leisure Suit Larry 1, you call a sex line. And the way this sex line works is that you fill in the blanks. Now take a minute before I go further. Boozy Badger is playing a game where you fill in the blanks with a room full of furries. Do you see the problem coming? Now, in our defense, in the furries' defense, we did not start this. He pushed the ball down the hill and we all ran chasing after it. Because when I came to, I think it was your favorite body part, what's your favorite part of you? And somebody said bulge, woo, to which he put in. What is your favorite article of clothing? Somebody said fursuit, which got put in. And then he got up because one of his kids was crying. And when he came back, somebody, I can't remember who, Leo something, I believe, looked up and saw what they said and just said, Jesus. So guess what his lover's name became? Leisure Suit Larry's lover was Jesus.
Oh.
What was their phrasing? What do you mean phrasing? What did I say?
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
Keep moving on.
What was their favorite place to do it? In the manger, of course. Because why wouldn't it be? What is the favorite thing that he wears? His nails. I don't know who said that. It was not me. his favorite thing, our favorite thing about Jesus was apparently his handholds. No shit. He just to jump ahead a bit in between, because you played it, so you know the next thing that happens is you get the phone call back. In between there, before that happened, he went in, he bought a bottle of wine, or no, because he bought a bottle of wine and the cabbie swiped it so that they ran into a bridge. Yeah. He said, well, given the phone call that we just went through, we know Larry isn't going to heaven, is he? No. He actually said this on his stream. Like Pontius Pilate, I wash my hands of this.
Well, and if I remember right, just as like a side note, I think Leisure Suit Larry is actually one of the banned games on Twitch.
Not well, then Boozy might be banned on Twitch because I should go download that VOD very quickly.
Okay, just as a random thought, if I remember right, Leisure Suit Larry is actually on the banned list, and VR Chat is about to join it and Second Life on the banned list.
Well, Second Life doesn't even run now, so
yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Anyways,
if that's banned.
Continue on. I want to get through this show. This is taking.
His whole thing was when somebody said that, it's like, you started it. You can't say that you wash your hands. His comeback was, well, it worked for the Romans.
And yes, Sam, SL is on the banned list.
Yes, it is. I don't get that either. Heresy button go. Oh, from the moment Jesus became on, that heresy button wasn't pushed. It was taped down.
Someone just flipped out their junk and dropped it on and was just rubbing their groin all over it the whole way.
Oh yeah. This was a work of art. It was one of the best moments on Twitch I've ever been a part of. So.
Anyways.
Now, okay. The next panel, oh no, we gave Huskoon a microphone. Which, saying this, as much shit as Huskoon gets, when Huskoon's sitting in a room by himself, he's a cool dude. It's when he's with other people. We had a really cool conversation.
Yeah.
Well, and now, okay, I don't know how much you were paying attention to other things on there. But at this time, I'm not going to look it up. I know it was there. There was a Fox and Pepper concert.
Yeah.
Going on at this time. Well, Huskoon brought up because they were talking about, that he put this show at this time because last year, and we've all seen the charity, the 2017 charity auction, he told that story about this is what happens when you give me a microphone and no direction. He was not aware until I mentioned it that was on YouTube.
Whoopsie.
So what happened after that was, I think this was actually recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I think I said, well, it's a good thing we're not there, that we don't have something to go up against with. We found one.
Yeah.
Because of me. And you can tell this because I'm right behind Huskoon stage. Everybody with Huskoon looked at me and said, you started this. So you cannot hashtag blame Huskoon for the Fox and Pepper crashing. Now the hashtag is Huskoon is innocent. This is a one-time hashtag, I'm sure. That one, and that's why I'm going to title this, is Blame Raving Rendal. Because I'm the one who prompted him.
Is it a K or a C?
To crash another panel. Huh?
Is it a K or a C? Huskoon. Is it K or C?
C.
C, thank you.
C. Yeah, blame Huskoon. So is a C. But yeah, that was... No, we've got a better one. Hashtag all Rendal's fault. There we go. That is the that is my hashtag. All Rendal's fault.
There we go.
I like that.
Let's throw a
What'd you do?
gradient on that and make it nice and pretty. Put some color to it.
Oh
Good
God, what are you
gradient.
doing? And this is why I don't do 3 shows a week.
Throw a gradient on
Yeah,
there.
well,
Some outlining.
we're only with his
nice pink
schedule in
outline.
mind, Samantha. With his schedule in mind, it'll probably only be my show one week anyway for a while. So, and I will let you know more what my schedule is going to be because my schedule's been all over.
There we go.
Sorry, I
Huskoon
haven't
is
been talking
innocent
to you.
and all Rendal's fault. There we go. New hashtags.
Yes,
They are now part of the video.
All Rendal's fault is one of the best hashtags ever. I followed that up, and this, I don't know how much you know about this. I literally knew nothing. There was a feral otherkin, and what the fuck is this word? Therianthropy? Do you know anything about that word?
Therianthropy.
Hold on, I'll post it in the, I'll post it how it's written in our Discord. Even when I looked it up, I really couldn't figure out much about it. But you know what otherkin is.
Yeah. A mythological ability of
believe...
humans to...
Well, keep reading, because I'm going to see if that matches with what...
Therianthropy is the mythological ability of human beings to metamorphose into animals by means of shapeshifting. Fucking skinwalkers!
Yeah, okay, so... Yeah, okay.
It is the most well-known form of therianthropy found in stories concerning werewolves.
Okay.
It is possible that cave drawings found in La Tour Ferret in France depict ancient beliefs in this concept. There.
Well, and the Native Americans had it.
And
I remember hearing
just
that.
for fucking reference, that way I'm pulling up the page so people can read this shit. There. Oh, nope, won't go that far.
Paste it into Discord. I'll put it in the show notes.
I will later. Anyways.
Okay. But I went to that just because this was just like the writers panel. It's like, okay, it's 11 o'clock. I'm probably going to be a little buzzed yet.
A little buzzed.
Well, you get into that mode when you're in a convention.
You're talking energetic from the con, not from the alcohol you consumed.
Yeah, you get buzzed. No, that might have been a buzz at that point yet too, with how well I, process alcohol. And this was a person called Haven, who's another real neat person.
Mm.
And, we've heard the stories because Alkali told one about how an otherkin group was a great microcosm of furry because they were like, oh, it's fine and this. And then they had the one otherkin. And instead of people, kind of poo-pooing them, they kind of went to bat for him. It's like, we don't believe it, but he does type of deal.
Yeah.
And I know otherkin get horrible reputations, and there's a good reason for that. I mean, there's a good reason for furries.
Yeah.
This group overall was one of the more accepting groups that I had found in that con. Because, and this could be me because I'm still, even though I've been in the fandom for almost 22 years now, from the moment that I discovered it.
Yeah.
In news groups to now was about 21, 22 years. It's really hard unless you're going to a specific panel. And this is the first meetup I've ever been to. Yeah. It's really hard to connect with people in there. So these people were very accepting, very laid back. Next year, if they have it, I'll definitely go because I really enjoy the group. It was very small. There's only about 10 of us. So it was just the perfect meetup where there were enough people to kind of vary the topic, but there weren't so much that it would be crazy. Like the writing, it was a perfect size. So, and we are done with Saturday. And so, well, Sunday, there's almost nothing there.
Okay, so
Sunday
we can keep that to about half an hour, right? Because we are hour 2 now.
Hopefully.
I would like to let my dog OUT at some point because he knows how to spell the word, or he knows what that word means, and he's kind of staring at me.
Then why were you an idiot and spelling it in front of him? It's like us saying or spelling grandma in front of ours.
If I phonetically say the word, he knows what that word is.
Wait, what?
Booze boosters
when
on.
Did he?
No. Talking about you being buzzed from alcohol.
Oh, I was going to say, Booze, it isn't Friday, isn't it? I didn't sleep that long.
Anyways.
We'll skip D&D 5e open table. I'm just going to say, if you ever have a go to something like this in a con, especially if Phelan is running it, by all means go. You will not regret it. Somehow, we had 11 people. We had 2 groups. Somehow, I got to be the leader of our group. And the best line I will have, first of all, the other team had a barbarian. It was a black gentleman who was very charismatic, who was a barbarian called Jark. Jark was, you've heard the stories of Lord Doog.
Mm-hmm.
That's Jark. The things were heal Jark, nothing can kill Jark, that kind of thing. The best moment of this, and I'll probably have to try and talk about this later, because this was, even being recent, this took a while. The best moment was we sent somebody ahead. They went into scout a room, slipped on some ice, fell on their ass. While they were scouting, they rolled the 1, so we literally had no clue what was in there. There was like a ghost wolf and a regular wolf in there. I'm a rogue. I do not have advantage. I'm not running into this room. So I have a short bow. I notch it. I stand back. Next person up, barbarian, comes around the corner, sees me with my bow, raises his sword and charges as I'm trying to be sneaky. So when he was done, I say, I'm standing here with my bow all ready, and all of a sudden I see this streak go by me. As any advantage that we had just gets blown by the fucking barbarian. It was fun. If anybody hasn't done gaming like this, if you go to a convention and see again, especially if Phelan is running it, he's a really good DM.
Yeah.
Please try.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can actually. Where is it? No, I don't have that open. Leroy Jenkins.
Leroy Jenkins.
No.
I would have paid ready money for this guy to say Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, but the barbarian literally Leroyed the situation.
I have an audio file. Okay, again, side note, like stepping off to the side on my bad here on side note, and I'm sitting here going, we need to hurry up. But one of the some of the audio files for people like follow or subscribe on my Twitch and whatnot. One of them is actually talking, Master, there's an adventuring party in the catacombs. Shall I deal with them personally? That is my thought to that right there.
And Samantha says, Rendal lead anything? Actually, it wasn't too bad. The way that he did it made being a group leader very good.
Okay, chums, let's do this. Leroy Jenkins. Anyways.
Thought process. If you're in a room of sheet ice and there is a big-ass stone cauldron in the middle of the room, would you think it's a good idea to push it over onto the floor?
No.
Our barbarian did.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it on 5D open table. Again, if I at least once, if not twice, if Phelan's running this year, I'm going. He makes it a lot of fun. Now this is how you kill a con.
Oh God.
This has been recorded. When I got in there, they were doing some auctioning. They raised a little bit. Again, just like opening ceremonies last year as opposed to this year. From what I remember of it, it was a back.
Mm.
And I'm going to blame that, if anything, on the time change. Like I said, going from a 9 o'clock starting time to 11. I think people had a little bit more time to, because this started at 5 o'clock this year. It started at 4 o'clock last year. The reason for people wondering, well, you had 2 or 3 hours in there. In between here, me and Mom and Dad and I went out to eat. So the best part was closing ceremonies. I was going to go through, but I didn't know when we were doing this. I was going to go through the closing ceremony last year and get the numbers.
Uh-huh.
The numbers I remember from last year, I think we had about 960 people last year. It was around 950, 965 or something. We had 1,101 this year. Last year, we had around 350 super sponsors. We had almost 500, if I remember correctly, this year. Sponsors and super sponsors.
Yeah.
The best part was the final total for donations.
$6,666. Sorry.
When did that come in, actually?
I'm joking. Just go. Continue.
No, somebody donated $666 for something, and I can't remember what it was for. That was it. That was the first time we made Alkali cry. He cried several times during that show. But we were at number 7 with 15,000, correct?
Yeah.
This year, we are number 3. Because we donated 21,000.
Damn.
And on top of that, somebody is going to donate 10% of a house sale. Of a house worth over $100,000.
So an additional 10 grand.
Oh, at least. The best thing about closing ceremonies happened when Alkali cried before giving away the charity money. Because Furry Bobs, who was the guest of honor, went to Hawes to go see what they were like, and they have the donor tiles.
Yeah.
Because of 5 years of charity, Fursquared is a permanent fixture in the Hawes rescue. And they had an oversized tile. And of course, again, like I said, I'm pretty certain the 666 came up before that. So Alkali was already having. And now Furry Bobs, before he even got to look at his phone the first time to read the donations.
Yeah.
Furry Bobs comes up with this. And we made Dragor choke because it was his birthday.
Oh, God.
The whole closing ceremony sang happy birthday to Dragor.
Oh, dear.
So not only did we have Alkali crying, we had Dragor choked up.
Oh, God.
Now, Con, wonderful. Obviously, I'll be going again.
Yeah.
The thing, if you're wondering where the artwork for this came from, I got a commission made. And I did say it was of Spider, and the lady who made it was like, oh no, you already named them. And Spider is just my name. And that's what I thought of when I saw it. There's no badges or anything going to have a name because it isn't her. It's an amalgam.
Yeah.
But what you're seeing on here, I actually commissioned before it. I didn't know she was going to be there. And because I was there, she made it for me, so I got to bring it home. The second thing, if you are packing something, I got a Fursquared shirt, and they had a beautiful glass that they gave you and wrapped up in the shirt.
Yeah.
When you pack things up, make sure the shirt that gets put in where you think it is. It wasn't in the con bag. It was on top of the con bag, so I unfolded it. That glass survived about 30 minutes in my house. Fortunately, it was a glass that there were not many little pieces to, so. But then when I thought about it, my first thought wasn't, oh no, it's like, well, good, I didn't know what the hell I was going to do with it anyway. Odds are it would have gone out in storage. And I have.
And just for
Yeah,
reference,
you can barely see it right over there.
I actually brought up the art of
I
you.
have a Fursquared drinking stein.
Yeah.
Sitting right next to my humidifier, which still hasn't been turned on because I don't have a water filter and I don't want to gum up my humidifier.
There we go. I did bring up the artwork you had commissioned of your spider cat. I did bring it up and whatnot.
The Drider Kitty.
Yeah, Drider Kitty. Yeah.
That I want to make a actual badge. That'll be my badge for because that's the best thing. It's the feline of Maria and the Drider of Spider.
Yeah.
So, and I don't think I'll ever have any more fursonas as far as I know.
Yeah.
But that's just kind of neat that the two that have been the mainstay for me, I now have a representation of. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
On the whole, yes, I love the time changes. I thought it did a lot for my liking of it because I wasn't getting up, showering, eating, and then running for
panel
12, 14 hours.
Yeah.
It actually gave me time to rest, and there were more times to kind of cool your jets a bit. I hope they stick with this format next year as far as times.
Yeah.
The next year, if, like I said, if you're going to come, yeah, all the more power to you. Next year's theme is Vegas. This is a weird one. I'm not sure how they're going to go with this, but it's going to be a Vegas theme next year. So the chant at that one was nickel slots. And in case any of y'all is wondering why I posted Tyler's new map, it's because we chanted so many times for numbers that they threatened having a math con, which we all chanted for. So if they do a math con, I informally propose New Math by Tom Lehrer as the official, unofficial con theme.
Oh, God.
Just so people can sit back. It's like, it's a song that's just
a
math problem. Okay. It'd be the best one. So, but yes, thank you to the Sheraton. Thank you to Erin, the waitress at the Sheraton who waited on us last year and just caught us Monday of this year. So we got to reminisce.
Yes.
And we found out they had a new manager. New manager didn't look at the stats last year. New manager, short-staffed the convention.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
They won't make that mistake again.
Oh, no. If the manager's who I think it was, they lost a lot of weight on that convention.
No,
They were running everywhere. Oh, yeah. They were even behind the bar at one point. So, I mean, they literally did every single job that they could think of.
They were not prepared.
Okay, if that is the same manager next year, I'm going to buy a You Are Not Prepared Illidan shirt and present it to them. It has to be done now. It has to be done now. The manager that was not prepared.
No, you give them the shirt that says, "Are you now prepared?"
And the one thing I never could have called, I got a steampunk cane to go with my Plague Doctor outfit.
Mm-hmm.
I just kind of carried it around for a prop. I think about 15 or 20 people said that is one of the coolest things they have ever heard or ever seen. So now I have a prop I have to bring with me.
Oh, God.
I have to bring this cane every year now because that's what people are going to remember.
My little Rendal's growing up. He's finally learning how to use props and tools and toys. Anyways.
Starts tapping the clock and turns on the light in the producer booth.
Yeah.
You mean you've been sitting here in the dark this whole time? What the hell?
Anyways. So, overall, you had...
Anyways.
Anyways.
I cannot tell you how many times The Dragon Show Live actually is out right now. They have the audio of the Dragon Show Live. I'm assuming the video will be out probably by this weekend.
Sam, how do you think I feel?
Worth a listen because it is really fun.
Yeah. Anyways, so we have reached that point where we have gotten through the con, through his adventures and misadventures in the con. You damn.
How long has this been going?
This is almost
2 hours and 12 minutes.
It is almost 2.5 hours in fucking length. My ass.
Remember to drop the Theranthropy.
I will drop that in the thing, but I had to get up because at one point my ass went. That's part of why I got up. Actually, it's because my ass went down.
But that was the perfect timing for you to.
Yeah.
And I'm out.
Like nope, down.
So,
anyways, so you had a lot of fun.
If anybody's gonna blame for the video, it's gonna be Jackass who not only walked up but put his hand in front of the camera. I can't even remember why you did that now.
Anyways, so you had a lot of fun. It was another great convention. There was,
yes, yes, it was.
So, I think that's all that has to be said at this point because Sam wants us to wrap this shit up so she can go on with her life. I can go on with my life. And by God, I need to quit grabbing my own tits because they're fucking huge again. I need to lose weight.
Fursquared 2018, look for chaotic thoughts. And as Huskoon himself said, Second Life meet and greet. Because we had somebody from his panel talking about how easy it was to network. That Second Life is nice, but it's not easy to network. So I will submit a Second Life meet and greet for furries if you're interested. I started at one panel. Now I've got 2 panels next year. Who knows how I'll be doing by the time I'm done with all this. Or by the time they're done with all this. Who knows? But yes, we are going to...
Anyways.
I'm going to have to get a clip of them from the con when Xander says anyway, and then the whole crowd just says
anyways. Anyways, Sam needs to pee, and we need to wrap this up so I can go pee, so my dog can go, so everyone can go pee, goddammit, because this is almost 2.5 hours of fucking sitting around chatting, holding our bladders, dealing with your shit. God damn it, motherfucker. People need to pee.
Oh, sure, now it's all my fault that I went... I literally said that just for that look. I'm just waiting for your head to go red and go.
I hope everyone had fun this week with this shit, because this is taking 2 hours.
I had a ball. That was great.
We will talk to you all later, probably at our normally scheduled podcasting shenanigans when I'm not streaming and doing other things.
Which will be, at the rate we're going, will be sometime in April.
Yeah, probably about Saturday. Which is what I'm actually like figuring out scheduling and times like that. So, anyways, but
and Chaotic Ravings is moving to Fridays because I usually have too much going on Thursday. But I'll be setting those out Friday night.
God, it's so bitter. It's like, anyways, we will talk to you all later. I hope everyone has a good week. If for some reason you have stumbled on this show, if you have stumbled,
God help you if you did.
Well, yeah, God help you if you've stumbled onto this show. And if you happen to be Xander or Alkali or somebody like that, I have. Look, I'm sorry, I can't keep him on a leash. It throws papers. I'm out. Peace. Later, Sam.
Yep. See you later, everyone.
Just go forward in all your beliefs and prove to me that
all Rendal's fault. Yes. Hashtag all Rendal's fault. Anyways, so I hope everyone has a good week, has a good day. If for some reason you got through all like
switch you back because you were running through line in, and now I cannot hear you.
Got through the whole 2.5 hours, or nearly 2.5 hours of shit that of us talking at each other. Then, okay, I'm sorry, and hopefully you enjoyed some of this. Until next time, we will talk to you all later, and I'm just gonna leave you with that. I'm just gonna leave you with that. That's all I'm gonna do.
And fuck it, I'm not going to get the opening on this. Oh, there we go. I have enough things connected now that I actually have a scroll I have to go through for Discord. But now I should be back.
Logic, my dear.
And now you're muted, so
Merely
that's
enables one
perfect.
to be wrong with authority. Sad, really, isn't it?